Welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look at what's happening in our city, with the most interesting stories from Broadway to Bradford. I'm Lindsay and today we've got a recap of some of the uniquely Haverhill events that have been happening over the past few weeks. First, we're heading over to Tattersall Farm, where local favorite Tattersall Farm Day was held on Sunday. The trustees at Tattersall Farm strive to bring the flavor of the 19th century farm into the 2020s at this yearly September event, with rolling hayfields, music, farm animals, and agricultural education, as I learned on my visit to the farm day. Haverhill is known for its great dining, bustling arts and culture scene, busy downtown, and many other things, but a lot of people don't realize there's also a strong agricultural presence in the city. I'm here at Tattersall Farm Day at Tattersall Farm on North Broadway to learn more about agricultural education and how farmers are bringing it to the community. So Kathy, we're back here after 4 years at Tattersall Farm Day. So tell us a little bit about Tattersall Farm. Why is it so important to preserve this location?
Well, the Tattersall family gave this property, which is beautiful, to the city to preserve the history of agriculture in Haverhill because it was a very important part of the city at one time. There are still several working big farms. One of them is Kimball Farm, and he's here today with his horses to do hay rides. The Tattersalls owned a dairy farm, I believe, and it was a family of 3 daughters and a son, and they all vowed at some point to not get married and leave the farm. When the last Tattersall passed away, she deeded the property to the city to be administered by a board of trustees, which takes care of maintaining the fields with Tyler and keeping the house in as great a condition as we can.
What are some of the things you can come here and do at Tattersall Farm?
It's considered a passive recreation area, so things like taking a walk, hiking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing.
What they try to do here is every year try to bring everybody together with a lot of vendors on natural things like crocheting and spinning of wool, and they have the animals and the ponies, and there's something for everyone. And there are like 65 different vendors here, and if you go from one end to the other, there's kite flying, there's sheep herding, you name it, they've got it.
What's your favorite stop here today?
My favorite stop happens to be what's behind us right now, and that happens to be Matt Noyes' special truck, the weather truck from NECN and NBC, the network affiliate in Boston.
Well, Haverhill's my hometown. This is where born and raised, grew up. In fact, I grew up right on the other side of the woods behind Tattersall Farm. As a matter of fact, I can remember Mr. Tattersall, who ran this farm, coming to visit us. And I'd be playing in the yard, I'd hear the rumble of the tractor, and I'd come running up the hill. I said, oh, he's coming. And then sure enough, there was Mr. Tattersall, super nice guy. And so this is such a treasure for the city of Haverhill. And as a Haverhill guy, I know that, right? This is someplace where you can come and kind of get back in touch with our agricultural roots, because anybody who's a New Englander knows that we are based and rooted in agriculture. To be able to have a day to celebrate the Tattersall Farm, to celebrate our agricultural roots, and really to celebrate the city of Haverhill is something that I wouldn't miss. I'm really honored to be here every single year, and to bring the Weather Warrior truck, super cool too.
What did you enjoy seeing here at the fair?
I enjoyed the ponies at the beginning because they were so cute, and I also enjoyed the reptiles that were here.
Did you ride on a pony?
No, I didn't. I pet them. So today I did a performance for Ocasio's True Martial Arts. I did my nunchuck performance, which involves some really serious moves. So I did a couple flips with them. So like I threw it up in the air and caught it. Yeah, but then one time I threw it up in the air, spun around, and then caught it. And then I did a behind the back. Ocasio's is truly a great school because they teach you all about perseverance and dedication.
Let's give him another big hand. Great job. Thank you so much.
So we're doing a sheepdog demo showing people how working dogs work on the farm. And we're also doing a short shearing demonstration since we have sheep that have to be shorn twice a year.
How many sheep do you have at your farm?
We have about 100, and we specialize in critically endangered. breeds on the Livestock Conservancy list. So out here we have Gulf Coast natives, and we have 2 Navajo churros.
How about this guy? He's shearing, looks a little
Navajo churro. Their fiber's very, very different. Is a much coarser fiber, and the Navajo people, they use it for their weavings and their rugs and things like that.
So the dogs we have with us today, we had Finn, who's the 12-year-old who's out there now. We have Kenna, who's 7, and then we had the debut of our puppy, our 18-month-old puppy, Colin. So the instinct of Border Collies is to keep all of the sheep together. He's been doing it for a long time. He's 12. We've been doing it together for a long time. So he's kind of mastered it, but there are Border Collies who never figure it out. So it's one of his tricks in a way.
Tattersall Farm Day, it's kind of all about education. People are coming here, kids are learning to learn about farming, to maybe get inspired.
We do need younger people involved. For instance, if you go to a sheepdog trial, there's no young people involved in that in New England right now for the most part. It's going to die out very quickly. So when we come out, we hope that it inspires more young people to want to do it.
Part of the mission of the Tattersall Trust is to educate, and education involves being here and seeing the property and visualizing what it would have looked like many years ago. It's really just a gathering of community people.
Tattersall Farm is open year-round for passive recreation, as Kathy stated, with hiking trails, a children's play area, and more. Visit the farm anytime at 542 North Broadway or learn more at their website, tattersallfarm.org. All true castles need a defense team, right? Well, Winnekenni Castle now has its own defending team of knights. The Knights Hall, based in Nashua, has come to the aid of Haverhill citizens, assuming the mantle of Defenders of Winnekenni. The Knights Hall is an armored combat fitness training center that practices this medieval art in a full suit of armor. As defenders of the castle, the Knights Hall donates proceeds from their events to the Winnekenni Foundation for building restoration work. The Journal was at their last night fight to meet some of these modern-day warriors.
I started squiring for the Knights Hall about a year ago, so helping out. I've been training and gathering most of my own kit in the last year, and today was my first fight. My first fight went pretty well. I started with a sword and shield, managed to take 1 round, which I'm happy with. And then going into my second fight, sword and buckler, I've never really done that before, so that was a challenge.
We at the Knights Hall are a full-time martial arts school that specifies in armored combat, not jousting, but foot combat. So sword and shield, longsword, axe fighting, whether it's in duels or in teams of 3, 5, 10 or more. So today we were here at Winnekenni Castle. We're doing our Defenders of Winnekenni series, which is a fundraising series for Winnekenni Castle. So I have a group of knights that train out of Nashua. The castle here in Haverhill didn't have any knights, so the Winnekenni Foundation and the Knights Hall came together, and so now the castle has a bunch of knights, and we knights have a castle that we defend. Armored combat is not LARPing. There are many LARPers who also do armored combat. There are many LARPers who also play Monopoly and football, but those are not LARPs either. Right? So what we do is full contact medieval fighting in armor. We don't have personas. We don't try to pretend we're a guy from the Middle Ages. We are modern fighters fighting a medieval sport that we've basically reinvented and brought back into the 21st century. And we would like people to do this sport of our ancestors all over the world. And so we're running events and training fighters. We have fighters who have come into this from HEMA. We have fighters who've been in MMA, Muay Thai fighters, folks who have never fought a lick in their life, who are better at it than people who are veteran military folks. If you want to get good at this sport and you train hard, you do your 10,000 hours, you're going to beat a lot of people. The local people here are just so good. We have folks who aren't even attending our event, bringing up water and bringing up Gatorade to help us support, this castle. The Knights Hall hosts a series of events throughout the summer. We did a number of them here at the castle. We also have one called Valhalla Battle Fest that's held in Lancaster, New Hampshire. Winnekenni is an amazing location. It is one of the prettiest spots in all of Massachusetts, and we're here to try and help out.
This Saturday, September 24th, the Knights Hall will hold their Chapter Wars season opener at Winnekenni at 4 p.m. And in late October, a 2-day Knights Renaissance Fair will be held at the castle. Visit their website at theknightshall.com for more information. While visiting City Hall this summer, you may have noticed the construction going on, and you definitely noticed if you were trying to find a place to park. Couldn't park there or there. Haverhill City Hall has seen some upgrades over the summer. The deteriorated retaining wall surrounding the lower parking area has been rebuilt, and a parking space added where the old coal shed was demolished. In addition, parts of the white brick face around the building are being repointed. Looking good. New concrete stairs are now being poured. The lower parking area is expected to reopen in mid to late October. The Academy of Creative Arts at Trinity is an after-school music and arts program for Greater Haverhill children in grades 1 to 8. This low-cost program provides all children an opportunity to explore their boundless creativity and musicality through vocal, instrumental, theater, and art classes. The fall session starts today, September 22nd. Classes meet Thursdays from 4 to 6 p.m. at Trinity Church, 26 White Street in Haverhill. Registration is $10 per student with a discount for siblings, and scholarships are available. There may be small additional fees for snacks and materials. Registration forms are available at urbanbridgesinc.org/ACAT. For more information, contact Program Director Janet King at jking@urbanbridgesinc.org or call 978-373-4244, extension 4. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@haverhillcommunitytv.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our HC Media YouTube channel. And that's what's happening in Haverhill this month. I'm Lindsay Paris, and we'll be back in October. See you next time, everyone. Good night.